What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock XP farm. This farm works on 1.21 and on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock, whether you play on a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or PC. This farm allows you to quickly and easily get to level 30 or higher. For this farm, you'll need 3 trapdoors, 1 sand, 1 cactus, 1 lever, 4 observers, 4 redstone torches, 4 pistons, 8 glass blocks, 1 trident. By the way, the trident can have any level of durability because it will never break in this farm. 1 dispenser, 1 button, 2 slabs, 1 boat, and finally about 2.5 stacks of solid blocks that silverfish cannot infest. A couple examples of solid blocks that silverfish cannot infest are smooth stone or wood planks. The first step is to break 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then break 5 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you have done that, dig down 2 blocks over here. 1, 2. Now dig out all blocks in that outline. After you're done with that step, you should have a hole that is 6 blocks wide, 6 blocks long, and 3 blocks deep. The next step is to cover the bottom of that hole with solid blocks that silverfish cannot infest. Once you have done that, place a piston at each of these spots. Make sure those pistons face the correct directions. Then place a redstone torch at each of these spots. Once you have placed those redstone torches, place an observer at this spot. Make sure the top arrow of that observer is pointing that way towards that piston. Then place another observer over here. The top arrow of that observer should be facing that way. Then place another observer over here. Make sure the top arrow of that observer is facing towards that piston. Finally, place an observer at the spot. The top arrow of that observer should be facing that way. The next step is to place a solid block at each of these spots. Now throw a trident at that piston. By the way, the trident can have any level of durability because it will never break in this farm. Now place a lever over here and flick it down. Once the pistons stop moving, flick it up. As you guys can see there, that should cause the pistons to move around infinitely. That will be the trident killer in this farm. It will automatically kill all the silverfish. Now flick this lever down to shut the trident killer off. The next step is to place 4 glass blocks over here, and 4 over here. After you have done that, place 3 blocks over here. Then extend this 3 block high wall around to this spot. Once you have done that, break these 2 blocks. Now place 2 blocks over here. Then continue creating that 2 block high wall until you get to that side. Once you're done with that step, place a trapdoor at this spot. Now place a sand block over here. Then break these 2 blocks. Now replace this block with a dispenser. Make sure that dispenser is facing this way. Then crouch down and place a button behind the dispenser. Now place a trapdoor over here. The next step is to place a slab over here and a slab over here. Those slabs will prevent the armadillo from escaping that chamber. Now place a solid block at each of these spots. Then place 3 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3. At this point, bring an armadillo over to this chamber. I am now going to show you all how you can easily do that in survival mode. To do that, first place 2 blocks over here. Then place 4 blocks over here. And 4 over here. Now do the same thing on this side. Then go to this part of the farm. Now temporarily create a staircase from here to the ground. After you have done that, place a trapdoor at this spot. Then open it. Armadillos see trapdoors as full blocks, so when it walks over here, it will fall into that hole. Now look for an armadillo. One place you can find armadillos is savanna biomes. Once you have found an armadillo, hold a spider eye. As you guys can see there, that will cause it to follow you. You can then walk over to the farm. By the way, make sure you don't sprint, otherwise it will curl up into a ball. If you want to transport it faster, I recommend you attach a lead to the armadillo. That will allow you to sprint with it. Once you have brought an armadillo over to the farm, walk up here. Once it follows you up here, jump over to this side. It should then walk into that chamber. At this point, break any blocks that you placed to get the armadillo in there. Now place a solid block over here. Then go behind the farm. Now place 4 blocks over here, and 4 blocks over here as well. Once you have done that, place a boat at this spot. Now wait for it to turn nighttime. Once it is nighttime, look for a zombie. Then try to trap it in the boat. As you guys can see there, I have trapped a zombie in the boat. Once you have trapped a zombie over there, name it with a name tag. To do that, place down an anvil, then add the name tag to the anvil. Then name the name tag anything that you want. I'm going to name this name tag zombie. Then use the name tag on the zombie. By naming the zombie, you'll prevent it from despawning. The zombie will constantly scare the armadillo so that it rolls up into a ball. That will prevent the armadillo from getting killed by the cactus. The next step is to go to this side. Then place a block over here and a block over here. Now place a trapdoor at this spot. Then open it. Once you have done that, break this block. This trapdoor will allow you to easily access that area. The final step is to add some splash potions of infestation to that dispenser. I am now going to show you how to create those potions in survival mode. To create splash potions of infestation, first open a brewing stand. Then add water bottles to it. Now place blaze powder over here. Then place another wort over here. Once the nether wort is done brewing, place stone at this spot. After the stone is done brewing, place gunpowder over here. After the gunpowder is done brewing, you should have splash potions of infestation. You can add any amount of splash potions of infestation to this dispenser, however, the more you add, the longer you'll be able to use this farm for before having to add more potions. I am now going to do a quick fly around so you can check and make sure I've made this farm correctly. Over here, there should be the armadillo chamber. Down here, there should be the trident killer. This side should look like this. The back should have the zombie. Finally, this side should have the dispenser. I am now going to show you all how to use this farm. To use it, first flick this lever up. That will activate the trident killer. Now place a cactus over here. That cactus will damage the armadillo. By the way, the armadillo will never die because it is curled up due to being scared by the zombie. Now press this button. That will dispense a splash potion of infestation onto the armadillo. By infecting the armadillo with a splash potion of infestation, whenever it takes damage, it will spawn silverfish. The silverfish will then fall down here and get killed by the trident killer. You can collect all the XP by standing over here. This farm is a great, quick and easy way to get a ton of XP. Whenever you're done using this farm, flick this lever down to shut the trident killer off. You can then break the cactus over here. If you want to use this farm again, make sure you place the cactus before pressing that button. That will prevent the armadillo from escaping that chamber. If this farm does not work for you, make sure your world difficulty is not set to peaceful. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock XP farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out more other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.